Hello and welcome to the sixth and final part of our little adventure in the Cessna 172 simulator. In this episode we're going to take a test flight. We're going to taxi from where we are parked at stand 15 at Exeter Airport. That's EGTE, or Echo Golf Tango Echo. We're going to taxi to the active, which today is runway 08. We're going to take a mid-runway takeoff. We're not going to go all the way to the very end, but take off from the middle. We're going to go to altitude. We're going to turn left, then we're going to turn left again, come back in on the downwind pattern, just like you see on the screen there. We'll turn left onto base and left onto final, where we will touch down on runway 08 once again. Then we will taxi off the runway, we'll clear the runway, taxi to where we actually left before, and that will be the end of the flight. So where we're parked is right where you see the aeroplane there, that little colored aeroplane, and we're going to go down the taxiway until we get to the main runway, and we're going to take a mid-runway departure. We're not going to go all the way down to the end of runway 8. We're just going to do it from mid of the runway. We're going to go to a height of 600 feet. We'll make a left standard pattern, come back in on the downwind, make a left turn onto base, and make as smooth a landing as we can back on runway 8 once again. Then, exiting the runway, we will go back up the taxiway until we get to where we began. We'll just park it there and then shut down the engine, and Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt, as they say. Easy peasy. So, are we ready? Then let's go. Now we're going to want to taxi to the active runway. So to do that, we need to bring up the ATC window, and it will appear here, and there is a button right at the back of here. Clicking that will bring up the ATC window. I'm going to move it and bring it and put it down here, just like that. Before we do anything, by the way, that button will also turn it off. Now, Exeter ATIS is on 119.32. So we're going to go to 119.32. We'll set that. And then push this to make it active, and then listen to what the radio says.
Exeter, airport information, Juliet 1215 Zulu, wind calm, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky condition, few clouds at 5,700, temperature 152.5, altimeter 1013, landing and departing, runway 8. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Juliet.
Right, we have Juliet. Now we need to set our altimeter to 1013, that's the QNH, and that is this right here. And there it is, 1013. Right, we're just about ready. We check our instruments down here, making sure that we have fuel. There's the fuel. There's the temperature, fuel flow, oil, vacuum. Everything looks good on this, so we are ready to go. Now we tune to 119.8, and then we contact the tower to request taxi to the active runway, which is runway 8, and we want to remain in the pattern, so we're going to select number 2 in this. So use the mouse.
Exeter ground, Cessna Golf Whiskey India Victor Yankee with Kilo, request taxi for takeoff, touch and go.
Cessna Golf Whiskey India Victor Yankee, taxi to and hold short of runway 8, using taxiway, Foxtrot Echo Charlie Alpha, contact tower on 119.8, when ready.
Taxiing, hold short, runway 8, using taxiway, Foxtrot Echo Charlie Alpha, Cessna India Victor Yankee.
All right, we're now going to go to runway 8, and that's where we'll be able to take off. We've been given clearance to go to runway 8, not to take off, but just to go there. Right, now we've listened to the ATIS, so we know that runway 8 is the active runway, and we're going to go down this, turn right, turn left to get onto the active runway, and then fly off in that direction. Okay, sounds easy? Right, beacon is on, taxi lights are on, navigation lights are on, strobe is on, pitot heat is on, mixture is full, flaps are up, brakes off, trim is centered, and let's listen to the ATIS once again, which is on this channel.
Exeter, airport information, Juliet 1212 Zulu, wind calm, visibility greater than 20 miles, sky condition, few clouds at 5,700, temperature 152.5, altimeter 1013, landing and departing, runway 8. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Juliet.
Now, we have Juliet, so the next thing we've got to do is ask permission to taxi to go to the active runway and remain in the pattern by contacting the air traffic control. Now this little screen that popped up, I think you can see that. Yes, that little screen gives you options. Now we are going to remain in the pattern. We're going to request a taxi, remain in the pattern, so that's number 2. So the number 2 on the keyboard is what we press.
Exeter ground, Cessna Golf Whiskey India Victor Yankee, ready to taxi, touch and go with Juliet.
Cessna Golf Whiskey India Victor Yankee, taxi to and hold short of runway 8 via taxiway, Foxtrot Echo Charlie Alpha, contact tower on 119.8 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short, runway 8, using taxiway, Foxtrot Echo Charlie Alpha, Cessna India Victor Yankee.
All right, we've been given permission to taxi. So, brake is off, seat belts are fastened, we're ready to go. I'll turn off the cabin light. Using my feet now to do the make small control changes. Here we are at the intersection, so we'll turn right. Turn the indicator on, or stick your hand out, whichever way. No, kidding, of course. Alright, we're testing the controls a little bit as we're going along, making sure that everything is working. And here we go. This is the access to the runway, and these are what they call the hold short bars. In other words, don't proceed beyond them. And we're going to do number 2, request takeoff from the
Exeter Tower, Cessna Golf Whiskey India Victor Yankee at runway 8, ready for takeoff, touch and go.
Cessna Golf Whiskey India Victor Yankee cleared for takeoff, runway 8. Left touch and go, approved.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 8, Cessna India Victor Yankee.
Okay, that's us. So now we can go onto the runway, always looking left and right. We don't need the full length of the runway. We're doing a mid-runway departure. But make sure you look right, make sure there's nothing coming in, look left. Okay. Line up on the center line. Flaps 5. Make sure the flaps light comes on. Push power. When we get to 60 knots, pull back very gently on the yoke. There's 60. Pull back. Got a positive rate of climb at 80 knots. Now we're making a left turn, and we're at 600 feet. because we're going to remain in the pattern. Make another left turn. Each one was 90 degrees. And then if we look out to the left, we are now paralleling the main runway. We'll fly out here for a little while longer. We want to be clear of the threshold. We want to be able to go out, turn left, and then come back in.
Cessna, India, Victor, Yankee, clear, touch and go, left, traffic, runway 8.
Clear, touch and go, runway 8, Cessna, India, Victor, Yankee.
Right, we've been given clearance. So we'll make our base turn here. And then we'll turn onto final. There's the threshold. We've turned a little bit too soon, so we'll go out for a while. There we are. Flaps up. Apply a little brake. We'll go up to here and turn off the runway. And go back to our original parking. Right, turn off the landing lights. So turn right, stick our hands out. Not really. And this is where we came out. So we will follow the same one.
Exeter Tower, Mall, Golf, Alpha, Juliet, Bravo, X-ray is 10 miles west with Lima for touch and go.
Mall, Golf, Alpha, Juliet, Bravo, X-ray, Exeter, Tower, fly straight in, runway 8, altimeter 1013.
Make straight in, runway 8, Mall, Juliet, Bravo, X-ray.
All right, here we are. Parking brake on. All the light switches off. Cabin lights on. Mixture pull out. That starves the engine. Avionics off, master switch off, ignition switch off, and we're back where we started. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this little series. It covered only the basics, and of course, for you who are proper pilots out there, you will know that I left out a lot of things, but this series is intended for a group of cadets in the south of England. And these cadets are youngsters, so we don't want to give them too much at one time. There's time and chance for them to grow. So this has just been an introduction. Thank you for watching. God bless you all.